more portfolio sketching. It's really like never gonna end. That's what it feels like sometimes. I'm sketching the look, which is from my Cocoon collection. It's really similar to the t-shirt that I sketched in the previous portfolio sketching video. It has the exact same pattern as the t-shirt. So I'm going to mess around a little bit with the shape of the skirt. Maybe just try some new patterns in the skirt. I don't want to repeat the patterns that I did in the t-shirt so much. Let's see. The first sketch I'm going to do is going to be what I actually ended up producing. So same as the t-shirt, where I start with the original first, and then from there we start, developing and trying new things. That always seems to work best for me anyway. So the original skirt just has a pretty thick waistband here. Let's zoom in a little bit more. And then it's just kind of body hugging, goes down the sides. See, this also has a twisted seam that kind of goes like that. So that's kind of the basic shape of the skirt. Okay, and then we can kind of copy what we did on the t-shirt as well, since we ended up doing the same pattern, which is filling. Let's do 70%. Cool. The coral lines, just a lot of like coral lines going different directions, very straight. Let's make some. And then we have black on top. Yeah. Thicker ones there. Cool. Something like this. And then I'm going to go back in and just re-highlight this, that seam there. So this one I actually put, I know there are side seams in this as well. So there are these side seams here, and there's this front seam. So this one is not, the t-shirt doesn't have both seams. The t-shirt just has those tilted seams or twisting seams. It doesn't have any side seams, but the skirt has side seams. It needs more than just a front seam. I guess we could have done a back seam as well, kind of going the opposite direction, and then have these two twisted pieces and put them together, but that is not what happened. We just did really traditional side seams, which kind of just makes the general shape easier. Start with the same thing again, the waistband. I always kind of start at the waistband, like that. We could do, for shape, we could do like a side one, like here. A side slit. So maybe something like that. Well, let's put it in the front. So this could have a twisting seam like that. Fill it again. Fill it with purple again. This one, well, the previous one is the first developmental sketches that have color in them, and it's kind of fun. The color is definitely kind of fun. Black and white is simpler, especially when you're just trying to figure things out and figure patterns out. You just try a black pattern, something simple. I'm gonna keep these a little bit straighter and not so crooked and see what happens, but still vary the line width. That way and then this way. Just following the shape of the seaming. So yeah, there's the seam here. Okay, cool. I like it. Same basic waistband. I like, again, this idea of these seams that are like super twisty. So I think we do the same thing we did, but like really extreme. So that would be like, let's make these a little shallower. Yeah, like that. It doesn't turn into as much of a slit because it gets really shallow. If you have a higher triangle, it's more like a slit, especially like this. That's more like a slit. But when it gets shallower and the angles get more horizontal, I don't know, then it just kind of becomes like an uneven hem. So this would be the back. So this seam would kind of continue around the back of the skirt like that. So these pieces would be very tricky, I guess. These pieces would be very like twisted and then seamed together. It may be cool to do two like contrasting patterns. So this one could be like a bubbly pattern. And then, so this is the back panel coming around. This would be the front panel again, so this would have bubbles again. Again, this is kind of supposed to represent like a cocoon surface. This is definitely more stylized with the circles, I think. I don't think there's a lot of cocoons that have circles. I think the lines is more, feels more right. I like the stylized version of this. I'm not going to fill in the whole thing because this is a lot to fill in, but I'll just kind of fill in. There we go. That kind of just shows where that goes. I really like the wavy lines. I didn't put them on any garments in the collection, but I'm really loving the wavy lines now. And if I redid it, I would totally do these. I would totally do a pattern with these lines. Because I think it kind of just ends up really pretty. And then that pattern would also go here, I believe. Understanding the construction of this right, that's kind of, so that's an easier way that you can differentiate the front panel and the back panel, and the rotation that's happening is having the two separate patterns on it. I'm just going to make these a little bit thicker because these are seams. Seam, seam, hem slash seam. And the waistband. Okay, cool. Could also do center seam like that, and then have a slit like that. I mean, I guess I don't have to put a pattern on all of them. They could have no pattern. I definitely had pieces in the collection that had no pattern. They were still reversible, but the stitch itself was just pretty, it's a solid one color. Maybe the next one, because maybe I'll do some interesting seaming and just leave it with the seaming. Let me put a pattern on this one though. And then the other side, let's do straight varied lines. These are pretty crazy, but I think it's when you're normally sketching in development, I think it is better to do a little bit crazier stuff. And then, because it's easier to kind of simplify things later. Yeah, so I think this is good just to kind of be a little bit crazy, be a little bit curious of what, crazier things might look like. And then from there you can say, oh, you know what, I don't want to do both patterns. I just want to do this one on the whole thing. And we'll just have that nice center seam there, and we'll have the same pattern on the whole thing. So this one I think I'm going to do no pattern. Let's just do construction and seaming and see what happens. Something that I was thinking from the other one is just sort of an extreme version of the one we just did, which is having seam here, and then we kind of go down and down. Whoops, wait, there's an eraser here, isn't it? Is this the eraser? Perfect. Up there, up to there. Here as well, we just do the same thing, go down, and then, so the back part, and then also, we'll just kind of do like that. So there's like 4 slits. Center front slit, center back slit, and 2 side slits. It just kind of has like these 4 panels, free-flowing panels, I guess. What if we do something with the princess seams? Can the princess seams go down into side slits? Something like that. This pattern looks more like a reptile pattern than a cocoon pattern, but I sketched it with the cocoon pattern in mind, so it is what it is. So I might kind of just do this one upside down. Kind of show some of it like that. Oh, that's kind of interesting. The upside down looks kind of nice. Huh. More colors, because I'm missing colors. Pretty. And then we'll go back to black. I don't want to make this dark. Keep it black, but do more. I like it. Should we do a wider skirt? What could be, let's just do like an A-line skirt. And then what could be interesting is doing the twisted side seam again. Then maybe to go with those side seams, we can do this one that I kind of like, that's like just very curved. It's like that other pattern, but but the clumps of lines are just more curved. Different colors. Let's make a skirt that's a little bit longer below the knees. So the same slitting we did, but more vertical, and the slit is higher. Oop. Not on that one. Let's skip a pattern on this one. I want to try this pattern that I did this on the maxi dress as well. But let's try it on this one. This is that hard pattern that I always sort of have trouble figuring out. Let's just go straight down. So on the waistband, and then just try this pattern. It's a nice pattern. I'm gonna do my curvy lines because I don't think I did that on this at all. And I like the curvy lines. So let's just do a really regular skirt. And we're gonna go diagonal. Oh, I feel like I might have, now that I'm doing, oh, I did it on half of a skirt previously, now I'm remembering. Whatever look that was. Kind of looks like hair. But I'm into it. Cool, we'll go straight up and down, I guess. And the last one will be, where'd it go? This one. Going on the other diagonal. Go this way. And then let's finish it off in black, going horizontal. Black. So 4 layers, but 3 colors. That is 10. Na. Thanks for watching. These are the final 10 of the skirt that I did. Please like this video. Please tell me which is your favorite sketch and which you would love to see produced. I think my favorite is actually number 10. I like number 10 a lot, and I think there's a lot of potential in it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!